It's time now for a look at some of the day's business news, and starting here in France with some encouraging signs for the country's auto sector. We're joined by our business editor, Cole Stangler. Cole, new car sales still aren't where they were last year, but they did pick up last month.
That's right. New auto sales did fall last month, and by some 50%. That's according to the French Auto Manufacturers Association. But as you mentioned, that fall was actually less steep than in previous months. So by comparison, 72% drop in March, a 90% drop in April when compared to last year. April, of course, was really when we saw the brunt of the lockdown measures here in France. So by comparison, the fall actually isn't so bad, and at least that's what the Manufacturers Association is saying. They're saying that it's signs that the industry is picking up. People are going out and buying new cars again. Tough times, though, of course, are not over entirely. We're seeing that most notably with Renault, the historic French automaker that just last week announced layoffs of around 15,000 worldwide, including 4,600 here in France. And that's, of course, as the company has still requested aid, a state loan from the government. So still a lot of question marks hanging over the French auto sector.
And coal Asian markets did really well earlier today, with the Hang Seng up over 3% in Hong Kong. That's as investors are trying to really make sense of that U.S. response to the new security law proposed by China for the region.
So investors actually anticipated a more aggressive response from the U.S. Last week, President Donald Trump announced the U.S. would be moving to end those special privileges granted to Hong Kong. Right now, Hong Kong is considered a separate customs territory. So different trade rules, different travel rules apply to Hong Kong. Now, the U.S. says it's ending that, but it actually hasn't offered any details or that many details on how that plan is actually going to look in practice. And so the gains that we saw today on the Hang Seng Index were reflective of that. Really going to show just how important that special regime, the special customs regime, is for Hong Kong, which is thrived as a global business center because of those separate rules. At the same time, the sense of relief probably going to be a fleeting one, as we're seeing that new national security legislation that sparked this controversy going to be unveiled and approved in Hong Kong, expected to be approved over the coming months. And business, of course, closely monitoring that situation in Hong Kong.
Indeed. Thank you very much for that, Cole Stangler there. And that's where we will leave it. Thank you very much for watching.